Hello, welcome to my shed, welcome to 2022 and welcome to the first build of the year. Now submarines is something I've never ever built before, and what inspired me to buy this was the fact that I dug out the VIIC DVD the other day. This is my very first DVD disc I ever bought, and I watched the film, and afterwards I decided to see if I could muster up some more information regarding the film and the actual story. And as I was doing a search, this came up. Now I wasn't aware of this. I'm aware of submarine kits out there, but after watching the film and seeing this flag up, I thought to myself, well, I've just got to go and buy it. Not really. So yeah, it's a gift set, and it's celebrating 40 years of the release of the film, which was released in '81. And I do believe UK viewers didn't actually get to see it until '85 when it was in a mini-series. But anyway, it's been inspiring to buy, so I'm hoping that it will go together okay. Revell kits can be a bit hit and miss, but I'm going to give it a go. Now it's a gift set as well, comes with paints, glues and a brush, and probably the brush probably won't be a lot of use. But the paints, I've yet to put Revell paints through an airbrush, so I might be doing a little review on the paints regarding this kit as well. The glue, I always use Revell glue, so the glue will come in handy. So what I plan to do with this is same thing I'd done with my last video. I'd done a 1/32 Focke-Wulf 190, and I decided to do a pictorial build of that, and I found it a damn sight easier than creating footage. I've got a very old computer, and it takes something like nearly 4 hours to render 40 minutes of footage, but I found that doing a pictorial build, it would cut that down to about 30 minutes. So I've decided now to use that format for all my future plastic kit builds, because I really don't have the time to mess around. I've just recently created a 58-minute video doing a hands-on build with a tank, and I had rendering problems with it, and I ended up deleting it, and that's one of the reasons that sort of compounded the fact that I need to change my format. It's taking too long, it's taking too much of my time up. So what I plan to do now is take the contents out of the box, and we'll take a look and see what we've got here, and then we'll progress with a pictorial build, and then at the end of it I shall come back on camera to give my thoughts on it. There will be subtitles explaining paints and glues and whatever else I use along with the pictorial build, so there will be some information there for you. Right, let's crack on and take a look inside the box. Right, so what we've got here is a Revell VIIC Collector Edition 40th anniversary. It's a Type 7C sub, designated U-96. It's a 1:144 scale, 87 parts, and it's a gift set, as I've said before, with paints, glue and a brush. There's also a poster in there as well. So it's a big old box. Hopefully my point of view is okay for it. Yeah. Right. Anything else left in there? No. Right, so this is a poster. This is a bit twee really, but I suppose if there's some young lads out there who bought the kit, they probably like that on their bedroom wall, but it's very highly pixelated. Not really a lot of use to me, but nonetheless a nice little touch for those interested in that. So that's that. What else have we got here? This is basically instructions, I think, on how to what is it? Yeah, basically, yeah, don't go drinking the glue or drinking the paints, and don't go stabbing yourself in the eye. Yeah, it belongs over there out the way. Right, what else have we got here? Instructions. Coloured instructions. So these are the sort of up-to-date Revell ones. Pretty good these are. I've already gone through this and highlighted the part numbers and highlighted the colour codes as well. Talking of colour codes, I think I've sorted those out as well. Have I? Yes, I have. I've cross-referenced my Revell modelaires for that, so I've got the necessary paints. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Two halves of a hull to be glued together, then the deck goes on, and then it's just basically then the smaller details such as the prop shafts, props, rudders, and the conning tower. There's a bit of detail needed there. I don't think this is going to take that long actually to put together. And we've got the paint codes here and what decals are required. I don't think there's a great deal of decals actually. The main one's on the stand because this comes with a stand. So yeah, pretty usual Revell fare. These are the pots of glue. We've got 5 there. Yeah, funny enough they're saying that we need how many do we need? 3, 6, 7, 10. We actually need 10 different colours, and yet they've supplied just 5 colours, so probably they are the main colours for the main hull perhaps. Yeah, I'm going to give these a go. I'm going to put them through my airbrush and see how they spray. If not, I'll fall back on me Revell modelaires. So that's a little thing I should be trialing. We've got a small pot of glue here. I tend to dispense mine lately into these bottles here. I bought these bottles with these straws. I got something like 300 straws with 10 bottles, and I find these really good. If they block up, I'll just cut the ends off. There's nothing wrong with these applicators, they're really good, but you get I get more control over using this straw and bottle setup. Good glues, I mean there's no good or bad glues out there. It all depends on basically how they present them in the way of a bottle. So that should have a tube on there which hasn't come off. Yeah, I'll have to get a pair of pliers on that. Yeah, but so that's the glues. Usual thing, they supply a paintbrush, but look at the state of that. It's not very good, is it? I mean, that's really no good for fine detailing or sort of blanket painting the hull. It's pretty much, I wouldn't say it's rendered useless. It's something you could probably use for applying decals, but probably more than often than not, if I get a brush of this sort of quality, I tend to cut it off at the ferrule, and then I stick a crocodile clip on the end of it, and it becomes a handle for holding things. So yeah, the brush is pretty crap. What else have we got here? Hang on a minute, what's what I said there? 3, 5. I found another pot of paint. There's 6 pots, by the way. These are the decals. The main white ones are for the stand, and there's one for a flag there. They've omitted the swastika as they do nowadays. I don't know why. It's all part of history, isn't it? But yeah, not a great deal of decals required to be applied. Let's get the hull out the bag here, shall we? Take a look at this hull. I'm stuck already. Ah, it's folded in half. I was gonna say, I can't even get it out the bag, let alone build it. Right, so here we have the 2 halves. And I will do a quick measurement of that. Obviously the measurements are on the box. We'll do it in good old fashioned imperial, shall we? Yeah, that's 18.5 inches long, that. So that'll give you an idea of the size of the actual model. I ain't going to bother trying to put it together yet. I shall probably try that. I'll do that when I go to dry fit it before putting glue on it. But yeah, it's a fair old size model. Nice bit of detailing. It's raised. Whether it's supposed to be raised, I've no idea, but I'm not bothered about that, to be honest. Some of the detail here, I've noticed that there's been a few guys out there who've actually gone and painstakingly removed the plastic in these I don't know what they are. They vents, I don't know. Yeah, they've gone and hollowed those out, in other words. There's some holes along here which looks like that I need to run a drill down to clean up, but other than that, it's pretty good. And here we have the sprues. We got 2 sprues. Let's start with this one first. I've got a feeling that the extra parts for this build is this sprue here. I think this is different because this is based on their Type 7C kit they've already got in their range, but they've added this extra sprue for the Das Boot version. And it looks okay, but I must admit there is some shrinkage there. I can see shrinkage on some of those plastic components. There's a bit of flash as well, but it can be cleaned up. At the end of the day, for what I pay for it, you know, I don't mind a bit of flash on there, as long as you know, I don't want to see shrinkage really, and I don't want to see moldings not fully formed either. Yeah, and this is the deck part and the conning tower. Probably need to spend quite a bit of time getting rid of excess plastic on these. I suspect it'll be very careful deflashing these rails. Easy to break, but yeah, there you go. Not a lot to it, is there really? So that's the inbox sort of review, and now it's a case now of putting it together. So I shall set me bench up and crack on with that, take a few photos, and I'll probably see you at the end of the video to have a chat as to how it all went together, whether I had any problems, etc., and just generally give my thoughts on the kit. So I shall see you then. So see you later. Right, welcome back to the bench, and those of you that have watched my video in its entirety are probably aware that this is going to be a bit negative regarding the review on this, and they'd be right. Now the actual stand and the hull and the deck I didn't have an issue with, but all the smaller parts were just covered in flash, and I don't expect to buy a kit in this sort of era where I have to sort of deflash 80% of the actual parts of the kit. It's just disgusting, and it's flagging up to me as if Revell have no sort of quality control in place, because there's just no excuse for moldings to have any flash on them. There are plenty of parameters to adjust on a plastic injection molding machine, but they're obviously not being done. And if they are trying to produce something and it's still producing flash, then the tooling needs to go back to a tool maker, and he needs to sort of clean it up and ascertain as to whether the thing's worn out or not. And if the tooling's worn out, they need to put a sledgehammer to it. But I really think this is an injection molding quality problem here, and I think that Revell need to have their backside slapped really for allowing this to end up on a shelf to be sold. It's a shame, but there you go, because the subject matter was quite interesting, and I don't normally build submarines, and it was one of those inspiring purchases after watching the film. And it's just a shame that I struggled with the actual build with it, and the whole idea of this hobby is to build something and get a great deal of satisfaction out of it. But when you're confronted with stuff like this, it can be a right pain, and I'm glad it's all over. Actually, I finished it. Now the positives from this is the fact that the Revell paints I found really good. Now I've thinned them down about 30% using tap water and IPA, like a 50% mix, and I was impressed by the way they came out the airbrush, and the way it all laid down. It was really good. And I've also sprayed this with a Humbrol matte coat as well, and it hasn't reacted, so I think I might buy some more of these Revell paints. They don't seem to have a great deal of matte paints on offer, unlike the Model Airs. You can practically get any colour that's required in the Model Air range. They have something like nearly 400 colours in their Model Air range. I don't know how many Revell have got, but they've got nowhere near that. But maybe if I start using Revell's paints regarding the main colours that I use, such as the Panzer Greys for me tanks and the red and green for me RAF plane builds, I might decide to go down the route and start buying those, because they're more accessible to purchase in the model shops than these specialised Model Air paints. So a positive has come out of it. Right, now it's getting a bit cold down in this shed, so I'm going to cut this short. So I'm going to close the video now. Thanks for watching, everybody. I don't know whether the actual format is going to go down that well. If anybody wants to make a comment about the actual format of the video, I'll be interested to know if their thoughts on it. It has been a blessing really doing like pictorial, doing a pictorial build, especially with something like this, because if I wasn't doing a pictorial build and I was using my older format, I'd have knocked the camera on the head, and I'd have just focused on getting this load of rubbish finished. And fortunately, because it hasn't taken up the same amount of time to produce and edit, I've been able to stick with it and kept the camera rolling. Anyway, I shall probably see you soon with something. I don't know what. I'm ready for a Tamiya kit. because I know if I buy a Tamiya kit, I'm going to get a good quality moldings and it's going to go together like a dream. So maybe my next kit might be a Tamiya kit. In the meantime, take care out there, and I'll probably see you soon. So bye.